Hey, welcome back to the Cora Elise Show. It has been a hot minute since I brought out a podcast, and I'm so excited to get back on it with you guys and share some amazing content and have some amazing guests on here. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you're all well. Let's run that intro and dive straight into it. Okay, so we are in the year 2022, and as crazy as that seems, it's gonna just fly by. We all know that. So, this is the best time to set goals out for yourself. I'm not a big fan of the whole New Year's resolutions and New Year, New Me, but I do think it's a great time to get focused and reset your goals. So the reason for this podcast today is to try and hopefully get you guys focused, get you set up on, setting up goals and just try and conquer in the year together. Smash the year and just do the best we can with the time that we've got. So I'm going to talk through, the year that I've had last year and stepping into the new year, because I do think it's important to look at the year you've had before, see anything that you could have improved on, anything that, any ups and downs, and take that as a reflection on what you can do with that for the next year. So I'm going to talk through a little bit about what's been happening with me, catch you guys up with my life, and hopefully you can get some inspiration from this podcast today, if anything. So since the last podcast, so much has happened. Like, honestly, I know a lot of people say that they had the craziest year every year, but for me, this was definitely one of the craziest years ever for me. 2021, it was a mental year. I'm not gonna bore you too much with everything that has happened, but wow, I've ended a 9-year relationship. I've moved into my own flat, living on my own. I've never lived on my own before, and I'm loving it. And so much has happened. So much has happened. When you're in a 9-year relationship, when you're in a long-term relationship, and you've moved from another city as well, so you've moved your whole life, it can be very, very scary. And I know a lot of people do settle in this situation and they want to move and they want to move on. Things aren't just not working, but a lot of people settle. And, it's just as hard settling as it is trying to get your own place and move on from that. And honestly, for me, it's what my soul needed. The relationship just wasn't working out and it ended. So I'm in a good place, but for me, this has been the craziest year ever. I've ended some relationships and gained some amazing ones. So I do think that's important to take over to the new year. Maybe people that are listening in this as well. It's important to end relationships that are no longer serving you. That doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a friendship. It can be, even in work. If work isn't serving you anymore and you have a backup plan and work is making you depressed and you need a new career, because of a relationship at work, because of maybe how the boss is treating you, how your colleagues are treating you, then end that relationship and start new ones, gain new ones. I know it sounds easier said than done, but you can do it. You can achieve anything you want, honestly. Like, it's your life at the end of the day, and you only have one life. So end them relationships that aren't serving you anymore. You will gain amazing ones, even better ones. And honestly, I couldn't recommend that enough. Especially this time in January is the best time to do it. You don't have to literally go over to someone and say, I'm ending this relationship, I don't want to speak to you anymore, like as a friendship or whatever. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to do that. That could be just sort of, if it's a friendship, for example, not exposing yourself to that friendship as much as what you normally would if you're coming away from that friendship and feeling drained, or if you're feeling like that friendship just isn't serving you. Maybe you're putting in more than the other person is. And, you know, be around them people that you want to be around. If you want to get inspired and motivated, find them people that are on the same level as you and get inspired and motivated. So, you know, ending and gaining new relationships is very important, and something that I think everyone should consider this year going forward. Now's the time, you know. If you're around anyone that's making you feel drained, depressed, whatever it is, then relationship does not need to be in your life. And, you know, I know it's hard when you've known people for a long time, but you have to think of yourself in this, because at the end of the day, if you are down, then you are going to make people that you actually love and to have around, that you're going to make them down as well. So, you know, that's super, super important. For me, the move was massive. You know, I'm in a new place now, and I wish I could show you around, maybe on another video. It's only a small place, but it has what I need, and it is perfect for making content, nice and roomy. So, you know, one of my goals this year is to get back on the content. I've been slacking, I'm not gonna lie, over the last few years? No, not over the few years. Last few months I've been slacking with the content because, you know, life hits you in different ways, and dealing with everything that I've been dealing with, I had to sort of just focus on myself before I could start giving out content. And, you know, I am looking for some amazing guests. I've been speaking to quite a few people on different things, on women's health, relationships, and things that I really think will help you listeners, just as I think it will help me as well to speak to these guys. So hopefully this year we will have some amazing guests on for you as well. It's been an amazing year, and probably one of the lowest times as well. So it's had ups and downs, but overall I wouldn't change it for the world. It's got me to where I am today. And I know, you know, people out there must have had some crazy years than me, some absolutely, you know, down or amazing or whatever it is. But use that year to motivate you this year, to make them changes. And that goes for training as well. Now, I know a lot of people in the new year are going to have fitness goals, and that is a massive one. I'd say it's probably up there with one of the highest New Year's resolutions, aside from, I think, quitting smoking is a big one as well. And it's a great one. New Year's resolutions, the gym's always packed in January, and it's amazing to see. But what always disheartens me is that when it gets to sometimes even the end of January, going into February, March, it dies off. And I'll be honest, when I take clients on in January, I have to speak to them and say, is this a New Year's resolution that you want? That's why you've approached me. And if it is, I have to tell them that I'm going to be on your case, because a lot of people slack off by the end of the month when it comes to a New Year's resolution. A lot of people that start the gym in, say, November or in winter times, they're the ones that actually see it through and train all the way through. I'm not saying people that start in January don't, but I do think there's a lot of motivation, there's a lot of inspiration, and everyone's motivated and determined in January, which is amazing. But you've got to remember that motivation is only temporary. It's not going to see you through the year. You're going to get to the end of the month, you're going to start to slack off. You're going to think to yourself, you know, oh, you know, it's just another month now. I'll start back again in a couple of months, or whatever it is. Life will happen. Life will throw weird and wonderful things at you, but you have to remember that motivation is temporary. It's determination that's going to get you through the year and keep you consistent. So things like having a PT, having a gym buddy, having someone to help keep you accountable, and, you know, even that in itself, that person might not always be there. You have to use that as motivation, but then try and get motivated yourself. Be self-disciplined. There's so many things to help you get disciplined and more focused. different strategies like podcasts, reading, literally as simple as it sounds. I was saying this to a client the other day, which helped her out quite a lot. Having your gym stuff, your clothes, your breakfast, everything ready the night before so that you can literally get up and go. Because if you're getting up and you're deciding what to wear, you're making your breakfast, you're doing all these things, it's taking time out of your day when you can just get up and crack on. And before you even think about the fact that you're going to the gym, you'll be in the gym. And I think that's a big thing for a lot of people, actually getting to the gym. Once you're in the gym, you're in there. Even if you do half an hour, you're in the gym and you've made that start. A lot of people struggle to actually get there. And I think having them little strategies like preparing the night before and having in your brain ready that you are going to the gym in the morning, that helps massively. So, a lot of people that are struggling to lose weight in the morning, if they're struggling to find clothes that they feel comfortable in, then that's going to take a lot of time out. And then people are going to be thinking to themselves, who are in that position, well, I can't find anything to wear, I'm not going. I understand that happens when, you're feeling down and you're not feeling yourself and maybe you've put on a bit of weight. You're not going to feel comfortable in certain clothes. I get it. So make sure the night before you have clothes that you feel comfortable in and ready to just put on in the morning, so you don't have to faff about in the morning and look for things to wear. So just get on it, find the clothes that you feel comfortable in, get a good playlist. Music helps massively. Music is a massive motivation. Get a good playlist ready, smash your workouts, and before you know it, you'll be into a routine and you'll actually miss the days that you don't go to the gym. Training is a lifestyle, it's not a temporary thing. You need to get into the swing of just getting into a routine. Training for me, some days I'm not perfect, some days I will slack off, but I always say to people, the days where I really, really can't be bothered training, or I'm feeling a certain way, or I'm making excuses, I actually have my best workouts them days. And I do think it comes down to a mindset thing. Like if you have in your head that you're going to have a crap workout, you're going to feel like you can't be bothered. If you go and you have a workout when you're feeling like that, it's a massive achievement. And anybody can train when they're motivated. If you're motivated and you're ready to train, of course you're going to have a good workout. You might even get there and not have a good workout, but you're motivated to get there. On the days where you're not motivated, you have your best workouts because you actually didn't think you was going to do it. So it's a huge achievement. And you have to think that to yourself when you feel like that. And that's what I always remind myself when I literally was sat the other day in my flat thinking, I really, really can't be bothered training today. I had a full day of clients. This was on Monday. I had a full day of clients and I got home and I did the worst thing. I sat down, had food, and you start to think, well, I've got to do this, I've got to paperwork, I've got to clean, I'll just go tomorrow. Everybody does it. But I had to think to myself, I'm feeling like this now. I'm feeling like I can't be bothered. I'm going to feel amazing after I've trained because I feel like this now. So I have to engrave that into myself. And lo and behold, I had an amazing workout, quick hour, and I came out feeling refreshed, feeling amazing. And you have to remind yourself that that's how you're going to feel afterwards. Take that step every day. Just, take each day as it comes. If you start saying to yourself that you're going to start tomorrow, no, live in the moment. You have to go and train on that day and you will feel amazing for it. So that brings us on to goals for the year. I hope that we've been setting out some goals. If we haven't, then get on it. A couple of things that you can do to set goals is, like I said, reflect on the year, see what you want to improve on. If it is training, if it's diet, if it's something more personal, whatever it is, then actually write them down and have that there so you can see it, have it visible so you can see it every day. If it's hidden away, then you're going to forget it by March. So have them goals in front of you. And one thing that's really been helping me, an amazing gift from a client at Christmas I got, was a journal. And each day it gives you prompts and asks you what your intentions are for the day, how are you going to get closer to reaching your goal today. And I fill that out every morning and evening, and it really, really helps me. So, I mean, you can do that without the prompts, but the prompts obviously help massively. And if your goal is, for example, to get into fitness, you can write down them simple steps to get you closer to your goal. If it's, for example, weight training, you can start writing strength goals, trying to hit PBs, trying to master a technique. I do think if you focus on performance goals, like I've said in the past, over aesthetic goals, then it will bring you closer to the overall picture, because you're not focusing on one area. You're focusing on getting stronger and more of a mindset approach. So taking them steps will help massively. Of course, happiness should always be a goal for people. Being happier, being the best version of ourselves, that's what everybody wants at the end of the day. But you have to think about what it is that's going to make you happy. If you're living in a situation that isn't serving you, like I've said before, if you're in a career or a job that you're not happy with, that could even be a goal. You don't have to walk away from your job straight away. I know that's not always sustainable for everybody, but that could be a goal for you, to find a job that you're happier in. And to make them steps, you can start applying for jobs. You can maybe start a side hustle or whatever it is. You can start making them steps in order to achieve your goal. And by the end of the year, you'll be in a happier position because you'll be in a happier workplace. Whatever it is, then get that whiteboard out, have it visible, and write your goals ready to smash for the year. As always, it is amazing to look at your feedback and see what it is you guys want on podcasts and what you're getting from these podcasts so far. I know a few people have approached me in the gym, which is amazing, and said how much that these podcasts actually do really help and inspire you. So, you know what? As long as I inspire one person out there, then that is fantastic. So let me know what it is you want to see more of. And thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.